Okay, so let's talk about this idea that the smartest person in the room is always the one with the highest IQ. We're kind of taught that it's all about knowing the most facts or having the fastest comeback.
But here's the thing. Outthinking someone isn't really an intellectual contest. It's a strategic one. Look at this. While the know-it-all is over there stressed, arguing, just broadcasting their opinion, the strategist is calm. They're observing. They're trying to understand. They're playing two completely different games.
And that's the whole point, right? Your IQ, well, it is what it is. But your strategy, that can change and adapt to any room, any situation. So in this explainer, we're going to break down exactly how you can shift from just being another voice in the room to actually controlling the narrative.
All right, so let's get into our first principle. And this really is the foundation for everything else we're going to talk about. You have to understand before you act.
Most people walk into a room ready to broadcast. They've got their pitch, their argument, their big idea, and they can't wait to share it. But when you do that, you're basically showing all your cards before the first bet is even placed. The real power move is to hang back and just gather information.
So here's the bottom line. The person who outthinks the room is the one who gathers the most data first. Start thinking of yourself as a detective, not a salesperson. Your job is to listen, not just to what people are saying, but maybe more importantly, to what they aren't saying.
Okay, so now that you're in observation mode, let's talk about a couple of really powerful tools to help you process all that information differently. And this isn't about thinking faster, it's about thinking deeper.
You see, while pretty much everyone in the room is busy arguing over the options of right in front of them, option A versus option B, the strategic thinker just ignores the options for a second. They step back and question the whole premise. They're not just playing by the rules, they're questioning why the rules exist in the first place.
And this is a perfect example, right? The whole meeting is focused on how do we fix a sales team? That's conventional thinking. But the first principles thinker asks a totally different question. Hang on, are we sure the sales team is the problem? What if the product we're selling is the real issue? By asking, why are we even doing this, you're not just playing the game better, you're literally changing the game itself.
And that right there, that shift, is how you start to truly think deeper. You move from being just another problem solver to becoming a problem definer. And trust me, that is a much, much more powerful place to be.
Now, this next technique, this is where it gets really interesting, because this is how you start to see the future. Most of us, we just think about the immediate result of an action. But second-order thinking is all about seeing the chain reaction, the dominoes that fall after the first one.
Let's just walk through this domino effect. So the action is to cut costs. The immediate first-order result? Awesome, we save money. Everyone celebrates. But the second-order thinker keeps asking, okay, and then what? Well, if we cut costs, quality might drop. Okay, and then what? Well, then we start losing our best clients. See? While everyone else is patting themselves on the back for the quick win, you're the one who sees the cliff edge just up the road.
Look, having the right analysis, having the brilliant idea, it's not enough. It means absolutely nothing if you can't navigate the actual people in the room. You have to get them to listen. Here's a crucial distinction. Logic might make you right, but understanding emotion is what makes you persuasive. Tactical empathy isn't about agreeing with someone or being nice. It's about strategically understanding where they're coming from emotionally, because that's how you build the trust you need to influence them. And you can't outthink people if you don't get what's really driving them. Think about it. Is that person arguing so loudly because they're super confident in their facts, or could it be because they're terrified of looking stupid? Knowing the answer completely changes how you should respond. And this right here, this is like a cheat code. These phrases are pure gold. Instead of attacking someone's logic, you just label their emotion. When you can articulate how someone is feeling, sometimes even better than they can themselves, it's like a magic trick. Their defenses just melt away, and they start to trust you.
So we've talked a lot about what to say, but what about what not to say? Let's look at what might just be the most powerful and definitely the most underused tool in your entire strategic arsenal.
Yep, silence. In a tense negotiation or a heated debate, just pausing creates this vacuum. And most people are so uncomfortable with it that they will rush to fill it. They'll just start talking, and they often end up revealing crucial information or even negotiating against themselves just to break that tension. You need to get comfortable with the pause. It screams confidence.
So what does this all actually mean for you the next time you walk into a big meeting? How do we pull all these threads together into something you can actually use?
See, outthinking everyone isn't some kind of innate genius. It's really just about discipline. It's about practicing these 4 habits over and over until they become your default setting, your second nature.
This is your new mantra. Observe the room to gather your intelligence. Strategize by thinking deeper and seeing further than anybody else. And only then, once you have that full picture, do you execute. Your goal isn't to be the loudest voice in the room. It's to be the most aware mind. Because ultimately, that's the choice, isn't it? You can either react to the game being played around you, or you can be the one who shapes it. And that little shift in mindset, well, that's the difference between just participating and actually leading. The choice is yours.